Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Astha. I make home and lifestyle related content on this channel, which includes DIY, organization, cleaning, cooking, etc. So if you're into all that, please do consider subscribing. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to organize all your documents, your personal documents or your medical documents and your professional office documents, etc. Organizing your documents can become really overwhelming sometimes because over the years we do end up accumulating a lot of papers that are very important. You cannot discard or just keep a digital copy. There are some documents that you do need to keep a physical copy. For example, your school certificates, your birth certificates, your office joining letters, your checkbooks, passports, etc. So you do need to store them, and you do need to store them in a way that whenever you need it, you can find it easily and you do not have to look through the entire pile of papers or files to take out one document. So I'm going to be taking you through some steps in which you can start organizing your documents, and we are also going to ensure that when you actually need to use these papers, it's very easy for you to take out one paper or if possible not to take out any paper and just use the digital copies. So I'm also going to be covering how you can keep all your documents in a digital format so that it's easy to use, because nowadays mostly everything is done online, so you don't actually need a physical copy of any certificate or document most of the time. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to show you how I'm categorizing all my documents, how I'm filing them, labeling them, and how I'm going to store them, both physically and digitally. So let's get started with the video and make our lives a little bit more easier and organized, and keep all our important documents safely so that they don't get damaged or missed anywhere. Let's start. I did organize my documents a few years back, and that time our documents were not really much. We had only our some school education documents, college degrees, and little bit of office papers. But now we have a lot more paper. Of course, we have a lot of papers from different companies that we have worked for. We have Arya's documents now. We have some more medical files, Arya's vaccination charts and different medical files. We have our home loan documents and etc. So earlier, basically, I had this file that I was using. And then Precious documents were in this very old file. Here's all these documents, and there were some more documents and all. So we were keeping everything in this. It's an old laptop sleeve, so all the documents were here. But now, obviously, it's like overflowing, and all the documents are not fitting into it. But of course, I would say if you are like just in college or just passed out college and you do not have so many documents, I think this laptop sleeve is a very good idea. You can store your files inside it, and just tuck it inside your cupboard anywhere, and it will be all safe. So this worked for us for quite some time, but now since our family's grown and we have a lot more documents, so I need a better filing system. So yeah, I'm going to start by taking out all the documents, and I am going to be using some of the files that I already had, and I have some of these new files that I've got because I want to categorize them a little bit more. So I have these files. So I actually sat down and wrote down all the different categories of papers and documents that we have, and there are a lot of categories. So I have just noted them down in broad categories. I would suggest to not make very micro categories, because then you'll have too many files and difficult to manage. Make broader categories and fill in them. Of course, if you have a lot of paper that needs a separate file in certain category, that can be a separate category. But I'm going to be keeping to as minimum categories as I can, because I do not want like 100 files to manage later on. So yeah, I'm going to be linking all the categories that are usually there in any home. As per my understanding, I'm going to be putting all the categories that I've made and jotted down in the description box, so you can check that out, and it will be easier for you to categorize your documents if you want to. Bring all your documents in one place. If you already keep all your documents in one place, very good. But if there are at random places or in different cabinets, bring them all together and start categorizing them. So while you're categorizing, also separate documents of different people in your family. Like make one file for your documents, make one file for your husband, one file for your kids, and depending on how many family members you have, your parents, brother, sister, whoever you're organizing for. Make separate file for each person in the family. We are going to further categorize those documents. So what we can do is do it in a chronological order. It's always easier to do it that way and easier to find also. So chronological order would be to start from the beginning, which would be your say birth certificate, and then move on to your school education documents, your college documents, your professional documents, and so on. So what I do is basically my first category is always birth certificate and school college documents. The next category would be your probably office joining letters or appraisal letters or relieving letters and etc. If you have a business, you can have one file of all your business documents. Another category would be your home agreement papers if you are a renter, or if you have a home loan, it could be your home loan papers. Then would be your medical files, again separate them person wise. And the next category would be your insurance papers, health care papers, any investments that you have done, those papers if you keep, or if you keep only digital copies of those, then it's okay, but you should have that category, whether digital or physical. And then of course if you have kids, you will have their documents like birth certificates, probably their ID cards, and if they're already in school, you will have the school admission papers, their report cards, etc. So that would be one category. So for example, for me, Arya is still very young, so there are not as many documents, so I'm going to make just one file. But if you have older kids, you can probably separate their school file, and other ID cards and documents can be a separate file. It totally depends on how many documents you actually have. And then of course you will have your checkbooks, your passbooks if you still use them, and also your passports, etc. So those also need to be organized properly. And then of course if you have some photocopies of your ID cards, sometimes we take multiple photocopies when we need to give somewhere, and if you have extra copies left, don't throw them away, you keep them and save them for later. There's no point wasting paper there. And also if you have any warranty cards that you want to keep, or any receipts that you want to keep for some time and later throw them, you can bring those also. So yeah, these are all the categories that are coming on my mind right now, but as I go through my papers, I might find some other category which I'm going to obviously share with you.
So right here, these are my educational certificates and everything. So they're already quite neatly filed. So I have my files here, just a couple of them. My college degree and one of the certificates is out, so I'm going to just file them right back inside this file. Similarly, these are all Precious documents here. His college degree, we are from the same college, so we have the same degrees. Then we have our work documents. These are my work documents, like all the companies that I've worked in. These are all the letters and basically all the appointment letters, appraisal letters, pay slips, etc. Again, similarly, all these are Precious. Then here I have some household papers like LPG, our gas connection papers. We have a rent agreement. I've put my marriage certificate also here because I didn't know where else to put that one document, so I'm putting it in household because both of us can then access it. Here are some bank documents like loan papers or statements and all. Here I have my home loan papers and some other papers here. Insurance papers, basically LIC. This is cards from NPS and some other policy kits. Right here I have some Arya's documents like a birth certificate and like we did a stem cell storage, so all the papers regarding that are here. Here are some medical bills that we need to keep for tax benefit. So here are some medical files. They're going to stay in their original files only. Here are some of my files, basically my pregnancy files, and I had a gallbladder removal surgery, so those files I need to keep for the record, so I'm keeping those. These are Arya's files, some medical papers from her birth and vaccination chart, basically, so we carry both these files whenever we're taking her to the doctor for vaccination or anything else. So yeah, then of course we have our passports here. Arya's passport is not made yet, so we have only ours. And these are checkbooks. So yeah, these are all the categories that we have. This is how much paper we have. Besides that, whatever is left, we mostly have digital copies of all of those, so I'm gonna take you through that also. So I'm going to show you what all we ended up discarding also. There was a lot of paper that we actually discarded, which is just lying here right now. I'm going to just discard it in a minute. These are some extra envelopes and old insurance papers, because insurance and medical records renew every year. So these are the old ones that we've discarded. Some old bills from our purchases like electronics and stuff. So all that we've discarded.
And don't forget to check the description box for all the different categories that I've used, so that it's easier for you to organize your papers. So I have all my paper here. I put them in different categories. I've separated my documents from Precious, and Arya's is a separate file. So before I start filing all the documents, I'm going to scan some of the documents and keep a digital copy so that it's easier for me to use them. So to scan, I am not using a printer or anything. I am just going to be using my phone. I have an iPhone, and there's a scan document feature in the notes section, which I'm going to be using. The scanned images are so much better than the camera pictures, because they come completely straight. They don't look tilted or skewed or anything. They actually look like you have scanned a document. So that is a really good feature. I'm sure most smartphones have this feature these days. I don't know where that feature comes in Android phones, but in iPhone definitely I know that it comes in the notes section, so you can definitely use that. You don't necessarily need to scan all your documents. You just need the important ones that you know that you would need. You need once in a while. You don't have to like sit and scan all your agreement papers or anything that you probably don't need as frequently. But if you want to, you definitely can. I mean, if you want to keep a digital copy of everything, you definitely can do that. I am not going to do that. I am only going to scan the documents that I actually need a digital copy of, and some things that I want to keep a copy like safely forever. So yeah, I'm going to be scanning those, and then I'm going to start filing them.
To start scanning, go to your notes section. Choose this camera icon that pops up and choose scan documents. Start scanning your document just like you would take a picture of something from your camera, and click on save. There you have your scanned document. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to start filing everything. In my file, I have these flags on the top which says what kind of document is in which leaf. So you can do that as well. So most of the files have this pocket also in the side, so you can use that to store any small cards or anything that you might have. This is an old clutch which I was using to store my checkbooks, but as you can see, the zipper on the clutch has come off, so I'm replacing it with this kind of a small clear pouch. You can get this at any stationery shop. I think it's called a checkbook pouch. So I'm going to be using this pouch to store all my checkbooks. And I'm also going to use another one of this to store our passports. Once we are done with the hard part of neatly filing everything, the next step is to label everything, which is the best part of this organization. So to make the labels, I just typed out all the categories on my laptop, and I printed them on a hard sheet. Then I've cut them into small strips so that I can insert them on the side of the files. If you're printing your labels yourself, try using a thicker paper. I used a photo paper which I already have because thicker paper is easier to insert in the file compared to the regular thin paper. Okay, so these are all the files that I have now, all labeled and nicely organized. These two envelopes hold checkbooks and passports. So happy looking at this. This looks so professional and properly labeled and everything. It makes me really happy. Besides these, I also have some small files. So these are the medical bills which we need for basically tax benefits. So we need to keep it for this financial year, and then we can discard these. Then I have some photocopies, some receipts that we need to keep for some time, and then Arya's medical files. These are all the medical ones, and this is the vaccination chart. So these are the clear envelopes. So one of them has both our passports and I've labeled them on the side. They stand on their own, which is great. I have my passbook and checkbooks in this, again labeled on the side. Besides that, these are the medical files, basically from my pregnancy and one laparoscopy that I had. So all these medical files are basically archive. I don't need them, but I do have to keep them. So I've just put them all in one packet and labeled them. So these are going to be like archives separately. So I've covered pretty much everything that I had. I didn't have any travel documents that I need to keep, just the passport. So that's that. I didn't have warranty cards, but if you do have warranty cards to keep, you can keep them. Also, all our tax returns and everything is digital, so again I don't have a file for that. I hope even some of these files can reduce further. If everything becomes digital, it will be really great. Besides all the other documents, if you have any extra credit cards or any ID cards that you don't carry in your wallet all the time, just for safety reasons, in case you lose your wallet or anything, you can take one of these card holders like this, put all the extra cards in there, and then you can store them in a box or drawer wherever you're storing the rest of your files, so they'll be all together. So this is all the physical paper that needed to be organized. These are only essentials that actually do need to be in this format, like in paper format. Rest everything I store digitally, whatever possible, because it's just so much easier and convenient. And of course you save a lot of paper, so I don't print out anything unnecessary until unless I absolutely need it. So now that we're done with this, I'm going to show you how I'm storing all these files, and then I'm going to quickly take you through how I organize my documents digitally. So let's quickly put these files away and then we can move on to my laptop. So you guys already know how much I like storing things in bins and baskets. So obviously when it came to organizing files, the first thing that came to my mind is to use a basket to store them. So I have this basket. It's foldable and it has a lid, which is a good thing because you want to keep your things safe. Of course it is not waterproof, but since I'm going to be using it in my cupboard, which is completely dry, so I'm not worried about any moisture or water getting in. But if you are storing your box or whatever that you're using to store your files in a basement or anywhere that you think moisture can seep in, so I think I would suggest you use a plastic box with a lid. That will be best, but for now I'm going to use this. I absolutely love how everything fits so perfectly in this. Everything is nice and labeled, all the labels are visible, and you can just pull out one file and use it and put it right back in. So I'm using this basket to store all my documents because I don't have any office space in my house or a dedicated cabinet where I can store these files. So this bin can actually fit into any cabinet wherever I have space. I can move it easily whenever I want to. So probably for now it's going to go in my wardrobe itself. To have a bookshelf or an office space or a drawer, you can definitely store these files there. But if you're storing in a bookshelf, you can place them vertically. So that it's easier to pull them out. Don't stack your files. Don't ever stack your files on top of each other. They should be easy to pull out and put back in. So yeah, this is how I am storing my documents for now. Guys, do let me know in the comments how you like this method of filing, labeling and storing. Let me know what your thoughts on this are, and also let me know what kind of methods do you guys use at home to store your files and documents. I would really like to know how everybody is storing their files and documents. It's always nice to get more ideas, and I would love to hear from you guys. So don't forget to comment down below. Now coming to how I store all my documents digitally. Here I'm sharing my laptop screen and I have a folder called Documents here, in which I have subfolders in the name of Arya, mine, Precious, one folder for all the policies that we have and one for home documents. Now inside each folder there are further subcategories to organize different kind of folders that we have. For example, if I go to Arya's, we have her bank details, health card, ID cards, school folder. I'm just showing you in case you have kids who are already going to school. So you can have further folders inside the school folder which says admission papers, fee slips, report cards, etc. Now coming to my folder, I have these subfolders which says bank statements, educational certificates, ID card, investments, savings, tax returns, work documents. So the categories are basically the same. So like for example, in my educational certificates, I have my frequently used certificates like 10th, 12th and my college degree. In my ID cards, I have my Aadhaar and PAN because that's the ones that I need most frequently. Investments, you can have some folders like mutual funds, NPS, PPF or whatever else that you have. Inside savings, you can keep documents for your FDs or RD that you might have. In the tax return folder, I have all the Form 16 and tax return receipts that we get. And inside the work documents, I have further categories based on the companies I've worked for. So you can also segregate documents based on the companies. Inside that you can have folders like your appraisal letters, relieving letter, pay slips, certificates, awards, whatever that you might have. So you have everything neatly organized for different companies that you work for. For Priyesh also the categories are the same as mine. And in the next folder, which is policies, where we have basically mine and Priyesh's LIC, group health insurance plan and child plan. In the home folder, you can keep anything that you want to keep and which is common for the whole family, like any of your big purchases, the receipts from any of your big purchases, your loan documents can come here. You can have your medical bills and your travel bills that you want to store for tax benefit. So I store all those here and I can delete them once I'm done uploading them after the financial year. We have our rental agreement here, our property papers here, LPG gas connection papers. You can have as many folders as you like here based on your requirements and what are the documents that you use as a family. So instead of calling this folder as documents, you can also choose a discrete name if you wish to, or you can go to advanced settings and click hidden, and that way your folders will be hidden, and whenever you want to view it you can just select show hidden folders. I'm not going to go in much detail about that, but you can always hide the folder and keep it. So yeah, this is how I store the soft copies of my documents.
Alright guys, so this was it for this video. We are done organizing all the documents. I hope you got some ideas and tips to organize and store your documents. If you like this video, please do not forget to like, share and comment. Please do subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever I post my next video. And do follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Astha_Jasper31. I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. Till then, bye bye.
They stand on.
So we are done. One guys over there is to bring all your